On behalf of all assembled here today, I should now like to invite our newest alumni, Dr. Heather Munroe-Blum, to address our convocation. Dr. Blum.
Chancellor Rotman, President Chakma, distinguished colleagues, guests, and graduating class, it is an enormous honor for me to be here today at Western, celebrating with all of you the graduating class of 2014. Thank you to Western senators for granting me the recognition you've bestowed on me today. To receive an honorary degree from this university, your university, touches me profoundly, and indeed there's no honor that has meant more to me. And to you, the class of 2014, you especially are most kind to include me in your special day. I know I stand between you and the main event of the day. You've worked very hard to reach this day, to earn the degree or diploma that you will shortly be receiving, while I have simply shown up to receive mine. Honorary degree recipients are chosen, at least in part, to inspire the graduating class with their words. But you, members of the graduating class of 2014, you inspire me. You inspire me with your effort that has brought you to this day, with your enthusiasm and values, and with your hopes and aspirations, and yes, even with your anxieties and your fears. You've heard the words of introduction President Chakma spoke in introducing me. Your president is a generous and gracious man, and I know him as well to be a leader amongst university presidents. But his words may have misled you into thinking that my life has followed a straight line to impressive achievement and success. Indeed, when I heard the introduction, I thought no one in my family would know who he was talking about. If you thought it was a straight line, that would be far from the truth. Back in the prior century, my mother, Dorothy, the eldest of 4 children, won a scholarship to university. Her father, a hardworking, and I don't think he'd mind me saying a hard-drinking, Irish immigrant, didn't think girls should go to university. That was not an unusual view in that time and place. His 3 girls ended up going to what was then called steno school. So my mother became a secretary, and she was a good secretary, but she was unhappy and unfulfilled. In fact, neither of my parents graduated from university, though both were highly intelligent and literate people. As children, my 5 brothers and I lived in a home that was filled, one might say flooded, with books. Our whole household had its challenges, but encouraged by our parents, reading was a prime form of entertainment and even escape. Every week, my brothers and I would trek down to that sanctuary, Toronto's St. George Street Public Library, where we would hang out reading and finally prayed out with our new, fresh pile of books. We loved those books. In fact, we loved them so much that we didn't always return them. And after several months of such behavior, the whole family would be cut off. My dad would then have to go in and beg for amnesty, pledging that we would return the books and compensate the library for any that were lost or damaged, and we did. In a somewhat chaotic household, the written word, the gift of reading, provided great comfort, but it also fueled imagination, opened up new worlds, and certainly for me, created in me a whole new sense of what is possible. After high school, I took on a job in a dry cleaning store at night and worked as a teller in a local bank branch during the day. I did that for a month, that is, until, to our mutual surprise, my boss at the dry cleaning shop showed up one day at my teller's window with his deposits, whereupon he ordered me to quit one of the jobs immediately. He suggested that my prospects at the bank might be a little better than my prospects at the dry cleaning plant. I took his advice, and I think I was a pretty good bank teller, but I knew that wasn't my future. Along with a little help from the foresighted taxpayers of Ontario and some savings, I did go to university just a year later. On entering university, I had a real goal, indeed it was a dream, to gain the skills and knowledge necessary to help people with mental illness. And my first degrees were in social work and sociology. After graduation, I applied for a job at a local psychiatric hospital. I had married at 20 my high school boyfriend, who was a rock musician at the time. I thought that getting a job close to home would add some degree of stability to our lifestyle, and the position was exactly what I wanted, that of a psychiatric social worker in a distinguished institution. The interviews went well, and I was actually sure I would get the job. But to my shock, they chose someone else, in fact, a classmate of mine. What a letdown. I felt like a total failure. But though that failure seemed like the end of the world at the time, it wasn't. And in fact, if I'd taken that job then, if I'd been offered it, and I wouldn't be standing here today. I later learned that one of the world's most distinguished think tanks invites as participants only those people of achievement who've experienced a significant failure in their lives. It values as a priority the learning, self-understanding, and enhanced empathy that come with facing and then overcoming real disappointment. Increasingly in our world today, where resilience and the ability to adapt are key attributes for problem solving, invention, and innovation, the experience of having a failure and overcoming it is increasingly of value. I didn't know that when I was 20, but I sure know it now. So I failed to get that job at the psychiatric hospital. And then some years later, I also failed to get into the first doctoral program I applied to. I wanted to build on my experience in psychiatric social work and move into the field of epidemiology and biostatistics. Now, most of the people who go into epidemiology and biostatistics are medical doctors, biologists, statisticians. I don't know what possessed me to apply to a program for which I had not one qualifying bit of formal background. Then they turned me down, and I was incredibly stung by that. But to my surprise, the improbable happened. Another doctoral program, in fact, the top-ranked program in epidemiology in the United States, did accept me. They took a chance on a social worker from Canada. Maybe they thought that social work was great preparation for almost any pursuit, and I believe they were right. And although I never worked as hard as I did to that point in that program, the program chose me, and I was a good fit for it. And that degree and the massive learning that came with it and the people I met while there changed my life. One thing led to another, and 50 years after my parents didn't go to university, I became a university president. I was pretty excited about that. Education, experience, taking chances, and putting yourself out there all had in some ways prepared me for that day. My only regret was that my mother didn't live to share that day with me. Why am I telling you all of this on your day of celebration, on a day when your success is so much front and center? You, graduating class of 2014, you've worked very hard, perhaps even fought for the education that you've received at this wonderful university. You've applied your intelligence, and you will keep on applying your intelligence to every situation you encounter. Well, to almost every situation you encounter. You may also have some anxiety about where life will take you next, about what opportunity will be there for you, and about the choices you will make. You won't always win. From time to time, you will fail. But you will succeed if you are not afraid to fail, to take chances. If, when disappointment comes to you, as it will, you don't retreat, but you put yourself back out there, hold your head high, find another angle, create a new opportunity, and move forward. Life doesn't unfold in a straight line. There will be surprises. The improbable does happen. Good things often come from the most unexpected places. As a very big step in creating your own opportunities, you have succeeded here at Western, and that is truly a great start. Continue to put yourself out there, and as you do, surround yourself with friends and family who believe in you, who are good for you, who see in you potential and ability that you may not yet even suspect in yourself. And as this happens, give back the support to those you care about, to your community, to your country, and to your world. Have the courage and confidence to speak and act on what you believe. You are here for a purpose. And we all know singing our national anthem this morning had very special meaning for each of us. Class of 2014, I congratulate you on reaching this very special day, and I thank you again for sharing it with me and with my husband, L.L.D., who is here with me today, having shared life with me for over 40 years, and who, along with our daughter, Sydney, occupies the space at the very center of my heart. And as I close, I leave you now with the words of an ancient and very wise poet, in fact, my favorite, who says, "You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. But if you try, you just might find you get what you need." Thank you. Congratulations to all of you.